Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning all. So we're here to present our group paragraph phonetic. So let me introduce myself. My name is M.ghilang.
My name is Rita Septiliana.
My name is Naira Audrey Ayesa.
My name is Weldy.
My name is Anisha Putrawaruhu.
My name is Sisi Aljana Karimarasta.
So let me start the first. M.ghilang. Yes. Procedure. Listeners were recruited through the preliminary. If the participant met the inclusion criteria, the study would appear as one for which they were eligible. The inclusion criteria included being monolingual speaker of English, living in the U.S. with U.S. citizenship, and between the age of 18 to 35 with now hearing difficulties. The resident and citizenship filters we use to try to ensure that participant was L1 speaker of American English. The participant was directed to Equatric to complete the consonant form background questionnaire and head of screening. The headphone screening included 6 trials each. The trial had 3 pure tones and participants indicate which was the question quietest while the sound was 180 degrees of the phase across the stereo channels, resulting phase cancellation. The task is designed to be relatively easy. The participant is wearing headphones but difficulties if the listener over speaker. The participant heard. Okay.
Contain distances all sentences were phonetically transcribed by two trained reserve assistants in the transcriber agreement was calculated for a subset of the transcribed zone 80 sentences with 10 sentences from 8 of the tokens and found to be 82.1%. This rate of inter-transcriber agreement is in line with other regions. With Seyfert et al. 2020, the two initial transcribed zones we compared discrepancies were evaluated by a third transcriber and the differences were resolved through better listening and evaluation of the visual representation of the sentences, waveforms, and spectrograms in fact, and discussion with the transcription team and agreed a font set of IVA symbols was just for transcription. The transcription for if non-Midland speakers were compared to Portuguese representing the familiar Midland American English, referring to of these speakers were also just in the intelligibility testing and additional two speakers, one male and one female, were included.
Conclusion. The study supports the use of edit distance metric to capture how differences in sequential production across both unfamiliar L1 and L2 accent can impact intelligibility. The results suggest that relatively simple metrics automatically calculate scores that are not adjusted for frequency of pronunciation within a large corpus may be sufficient to capture the impact of phonetic differences across accent varieties on intelligibility. Furthermore, the findings support the use of automated methods The token sort ratio for Moscow 2021 for scoring orthographic transcription that are commonly used in intelligibility studies. Although the pronunciation distance metric employed is significantly predicted intelligibility across a range of accent and several listening conditions, a full accounting of intelligibility across accent will also require additional metrics at other levels of linguistic structure, including phonological, syntactic, and semantic variables.
One linguistic computerist and realistic establishing approaches are second class of approaches may be described and the computerist and artistic approaches in the tenses of and because computerist is to convert the measure functions in a discussion which mean that there are other distant analysis of condition attributes to Agent and low existence templates other linguists and relatives in the links to the harmonization is tested in the adjustment. One example of the share of the DTC or in the intelligence of the case of the cost decimalities with Bira is there an speeder and this two is the problem.
We must consider how speech perception success is measured if one to understand the different action impact. Perception here will function specifically on speech intelligibility with the acknowledgement that intelligibility measures. Some studies allow for variation in grammatical morphemes for content words, whereas others do not. Some include all words, whereas others focus specifically on keywords.
Intelligibility scores were calculated two ways. The first method is a traditional binary word scoring method. To calculate these scores, participants' responses were first spell checked and obvious typos, misspellings, and home fonts were corrected. These transcripts were automatically scored as correct or incorrect using a pattern script for each word in the sentence. A strict scoring criterion was applied except the following substitution were allowed following hint scoring procedures. A and the has had, have had, is was, and are were scores were calculated for a percent word correct (PWC) per sentence.